I quietly slipped out of my bedroom and crept out of the house, trying not to wake my sleeping parents. Once out of the door, I tiptoed down the front steps and trotted down the dirt lane. I needed alone time. A lot of it. That day at school I had completely screwed up the recitation of a poem I memorized because a couple of the girls were flirting and talking with the guys in the back of the room. I was reciting from memory and then just started stumbling over the words and making up some. Everyone stopped and looked at me really weird. I was just trying to hear what the girls were saying to the boys. I can't multitask. So I humiliated myself in front of my entire poetry class, my teacher, and the boy I love. His name is Matt, and he doesn't love me, not even like me as far as I can tell. My loving him probably isn't even the right thing to say. Anyhow, I like him, but I don't know if he likes me. He either does a great job of hiding it or a horrible job of showing it. He has short blonde hair and is the tallest of the 4 boys in my class. He is pretty handsome and has good religious and family values. He seems perfect. Anyway, I really blew it. I didn't think he could ever like me the way things were, but this seemed to completely ruin all chances. The way our school works is that there are a few classes: poetry, creative writing, advanced carpentry. Fathers teach their sons basic at home, and some other things that our parents can't teach us, or can't teach us as well. We take classes until age 16 or 17, then we're married off. Some girls get lucky and marry someone they like or love. Others, no. Some marry an old bachelor who needs a young girl, like me, to cook and slave for him. I've heard my parents talk about who they might make me marry. They've talked about 2. One of the boys in my class, like Matt, or they might give me to Greg Greger. He is in his late 50s, has deep-set, gray hazy eyes, grizzled white hair, a scraggly beard, and bushy eyebrows. Not my kind of guy. So now I felt like I had blown all possible chances at Matt, because the boys and the parents can sometimes say no. The girls can't, which means if my parents decided they were going to give me to Greg Greger, I would have to agree to it. I ran past the school building into the edge of the village. I had started to cry and tears streamed down my face and splotched my cheeks. I stopped and stared back at my home. I wiped my eyes, then pushed my legs forward across the bridge and away from civilization. I wasn't planning on running away forever, maybe not even more than that night, but I was ready for my life to end, right then. And as I entered the forest, I felt like it would. The woods were deep and dark, and I lost my way instantly between my tears and the moonless night. I wandered through the trees. Long, jagged branches blocked my view of the sky. I felt something watching me. I heard growling in the trees next to me. 2 small round lights, like eyes, flashed here and there in the bushes. I knew something was creeping up on me. In my fear, I stumbled back against a stump. I sat on the cold ground and listened to the growling get louder and louder. Then it just stopped. I glanced around, unable to see anything. I cautiously stood up and then began walking again. After about 2 steps, I was pushed to the ground. An enormous lion stood over me, baring his teeth and growling. His golden mane brushed my face. The massive paws pinned my shoulders to the ground.